the 12 apostles.
Oh.
Try to take a photo or two. Now this church it was celebrating the 50 years. Yeah. This church, it is known for two things, for the large dome and for something else. During the Second World War, an enemy bomb, a German bomb, pierced the dome. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and over 300 people at the time were in the church at a prayer. The bomb, just as you enter, if one is to look straight on, it pierced the dome just about there. It fell on the floor and it rolled as far as the main altar. It did not explode. It did not kill or injure anyone. So many people come to Malta, tourists I mean, and the largest religious feast of the islands, 15th of August. Do you know that this church can take 12,000 people standing? Mind you, I never count them, but that's what they...
Hi, this is the highest point in Malta. Looking down at the bay, the sun is bad. Very steep cliffs.
Boy, did I get a good picture.
I'm just checking to see if the camera's...
The view from the other side, facing away from the bay. This is my Gabby wife speaking to the tour guide. You can probably hear the wind blowing. It's quite windy up here. This is Glenn trying to figure out how the camera works. Gonna take a picture of George. I hope it's a strong camera.
Here, number 8. So what you are seeing in front of you, it is the church of Peter and Paul. And tradition says that where the church is today, originally was the house of Publius. After he believed and he was baptized, like I said before, he donated the land as the church was built upon. But some was down in the island, and of course we come now, as we said, now it's about 12 minutes. That's it, yes, down.
Okay.
This is Patmos, Greece.
That's our ship, the Triton. No,
No. We came over on a tender. That's not our ship. I don't think it's anywhere near this close.
Okay, this is Mama Joe at the Monastery of St. John.
I'll take one. No, sure. I tell you what, my stomach was so.
This is the island of Patmos. There is the monastery. These are the tenders bringing the folks back to the ship from the island. This is just a view from the other side of the ship, showing another tender bringing the folks back. This is our spacious cabin. Lovely view out the porthole. This is me. Closet. Potty.
You tell me if you need to come in here.
Okay, this is the point, the closest point between Turkey and Greece. We're looking at Turkey. I swing around the ship, the back of the ship. that's Greece. And back to Turkey. This is a bunch of cold people on the fantail of the ship.
And the ruins that we can see today are left from the third settlement of Ephesus, which dates back to the 3rd century BC up to the 7th century AD. That third settlement was also destroyed because of an earthquake, and then when that third settlement was destroyed, they moved to this location, and the fortress that you can see up there was the central part of the 4th settlement of Ephesus, which dates back to the 8th century AD up to the 16th century AD. This 4th settlement existed. And I would like to give you some information about a building, a temple, which was the temple of Artemis, which was dating back to the 4th century BC, which was the largest building in the world when it was constructed. The dimensions of the temple were 150 feet in width, 300 feet in length, and 100 feet in height. It was a dipteros, which means a rectangular building in the middle and 2 column lines all around the rectangle. We're talking about the general history of Ephesus. Ionians are the ones who came first here. A different nation else than the Greeks, but they were using the Greek alphabet and the language also. And later on, the Romans were here. So talking about the Roman period, 2 different nations were living together in one city. So there used to be 2 different official languages and alphabets. So because of this, some writings that you'll be able to see are in ancient Greek, some of them are in Latin language. Building like this one, right now the capacity is about 4,000. Some upper parts are destroyed and not reconstructed yet. The original capacity of the building was about 7,000. So even a large building like this one had a roof. Later on you'll be able to see the great theater of Ephesus. The construction style would be the same. Great theater is much more larger than this building. As I told you right now, the capacity is a style. Those are the first ones that we can see in the history, which are known as Doric style. And the one that you can see here on the left, at the top at the capital, you can see those curves, which look like horns. That's an Ionic. The one standing in the middle with the leaves at the top, that's the Corinthian. And if you see Corinthian and Ionic together in one capital, which we'll later see, it will be the composite style. And those 2 huge columns back there, they are dating back to the 1st century BC, and they are left from the Prytaneum of Ephesus, town hall of Ephesus, where the administration of the city used to go on. And the 3 Ionic columns back there and the ruins all around those 3 Ionic columns, they are left from the Hestia temple of this ancient city. Actually, every ancient city had an Hestia temple, and Hestia temples used to be one of the most important temples of these ancient cities, because done by the Romans in the 4th century AD. Since then, nothing is touched, so we can say that these are original. And take a look to this hall that we have here. And there used to be 4 rings on 4 sides of that hole. 2 of them are still existing. They used to put a beam to this hole, used to tie it with ropes, those rings that you can see on 4 sides. A tall beam. At the top there was a cup which was full of olive oil that they used to burn at night. Very simple street lights. So that's the reason why the figures are changing from one to another. And again, from the inscriptions, we know that one of these shops was used like a casino, like a gambling place. On the inscription it wrote, though you lost your money, you had good time.
Nothing changes.
And to show you how advanced they were, let me give you some information about the system. They used the boiled water so that the steam could run through those water pipes all around the buildings, so they had central heating. Come closer, please, and don't worry about taking your pictures. Let me give you some information first of all, then I'll give you free time so you can walk around and take pictures.
Because at the heads of these two are in some collector's houses.
Oh, I thought you said they were old statues.
Well, the heads are missing. Maybe he said it's like that.
Towers of the city walls which used to surround Ephesus, a tower which was also used as one of the lighthouses of the port, and thus the place where St. Paul was kept in prison for 3 weeks. Later on I'll give you some information about early Christianity of Ephesus. Right now let me show that there's the place where he was kept in prison. And come and take a look to this.
How many people did they get in for the concerts?
Sorry?
How many people did they get in for the concerts?
Yes. This is Mama Joe in front of the Cathedral of St. Sophia. This is the Cathedral of St. Sophia. Mama Joe at the museum.
Was established, the population wouldn't be over 1,000 or 2,000 inhabitants. That reflects the big love of the ancient Greeks and later on of the Romans as well. They loved theater as well for theatrical plays. Can you imagine a city like New York, for example, having theaters for half of the population, or twice as big as the population in the beginning? So theatrical plays was always a big and important deal for the ancient Greeks and Romans. The first theatrical plays were performed in Greece in the 6th century BC.
Philippi, where plays were presented and the Christians thrown to the lions. This is a shot from up on the Colosseum, looking down where they're doing the archaeological digs, reconstructions, etc. They're digging up the old marble from the ground, trying to retain the originality of the original structure. In other words, you're not just digging it up and trying to keep it the way it was.
Thank you. A font where the Christians could wash their hands into, and this way be symbolically purified. You know, the water has always been a means of purification. The ancient people, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, used water as a way of being purified. And on the other hand, the purification of the body was related to the purification of the soul. And this is one of the things that we carry from the paganistic background. The water in Christianity was transferred as a means of purification and adapted in baptism. We are baptized into water in order to be purified. to be introduced into Christianity already purified. So there would be a pond somewhere where they could wash their hands and symbolically be purified. Floor. Remember yesterday in the Church of Saint Demetrius we talked about the gynekonitis in Greek, the place for the women, the upper floor where women could attend the service from instead.
Okay, this is supposedly where St. Paul, St. Silas, and Timothy were held prisoner by the Romans. This is supposed to be their cell.
I don't know how that's going to take. Dangerous up here. Can you make it? Yep. Yep. I go slow but easy.
Okay. It wasn't just a place, it was a crowded place, yes. This is probably the only similarity between the ancient agoras and the modern one. But it wasn't just a place for shopping. Where we go, we are always in a hurry, buy whatever we want and then leave. It was a place where the ancient Greeks and the ancient Romans spent a long time in. It consisted of a big open square, this big open square that you see right in the middle. Right, let's move to the... And also up there on the top of the hill, you may identify, you may see a bit of the fortification, a bit of the agora, of the Acropolis, sorry. Well, let's continue with the church.
And of course, told me 20 times already. What was this, the barbecue grill?
Countries.
This is where they did the ribs, right?
Ionic and Doric capitals don't because these were not for English. Instead, they used this type, which is called Theodosian, because it was developed during the reign of King Theodosius, the one who, the end of the 4th century AD, the one who built the aqueduct in Constantinople. In every ancient and modern city as well. 40 of them built one next to the other, right very close to the market area and very close to what we call next to a gymnasium.
This is where Lydia, the first Christian, was baptized, over in the river.
night outside wherever they are, except Friday. Today's Friday, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Why is Friday the holy day in Islam? Because the holy book Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad on Friday, and it is completed on Friday. That's why. So on Friday, the Muslims, they have to come and pray in the mosque. But is it 5 times? No. The noon praying only, which is around 1 o'clock. And this is straight. This way, have you taken the ferry?
I think that's,
Yeah, days.
I'd say go from there. See if we'll be going that way, I think. Also, this is very contaminated by city water. Yeah, it's that whole affects that. Further down the train,
It's like a modern city over there. We just never made it.
Telephoto's working good on this baby.
Tonight we have Full Moon movie
I think I got it.
featuring 10 of interest.
This is where the Olympics were held in Athens in 1898 after they were abolished. This is not the original site. We're going to the original site, the Acropolis, or no, Mar, I guess, Olympia. That's the Parthenon, right? Yeah, that's a good. My telephoto zooms in good on that. It's not too shaky. This is the Church of St. George. It's on the highest mountain in Athens.
This was always the justice center of the Athenians, dating from the second millennium before Christ already. And the fact that they had it very close to the Acropolis was in order to inspire the judges of having correct decisions. Now I must tell you that all the buildings that we see here on the hill were built between 447, 404 before Christ. Earlier buildings that they did exist were destroyed by the Persians. Later additions, that were several, were removed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. We can double. Okay? Let's do that.
Down the middle, those holes down the middle.
Right.
For strength. Yeah.
Hi, Johnny.
Thank you.
Now, will you take the
We'll take the whole family. The royal family. We'll take the whole family.
Mike, how many of you got
Well, I
here?
got center.
That's all set to go. It's just ready to press.
Judy and Bob?
Because we're the youngest. Yeah, sit down. Oh, nice to see you.
Okay, say feta.
Sister.
That's too complicated a word.
Feta. Feta.
Dad.
It's the Parthenon in there too.
You know, I could actually go through those.
I wouldn't want you to
I
get
know, but I could.
Can we go home now?
Hi, Johnny.
I want to go home.
I miss my mommy.
I miss my puppy. Yes, we want her. D-R-E-D-I. The continental train was built in the 1725. It's the work of one of the architects that we call Salvi. Right in the middle, we see the statue of the god Neptune representing the god Neptune, god of the sea. On the left, you see the statue of the abundance. On the right, the statue of the hell. Behind the cottage is the palace of the Poli family, Poli Palace Golden, now belonging to the Italian state. The palace will be used for excavation. Representing the travels or the life of the emperor. The skull they found here in this area during the 16th century. And that's why in the 16th century the Pope Sisto V erected the column in the square. You see at the base, right in front of you, the name of the Pope, Sistus V. It says the font, mass, and so on. The same Pope at that time added on the top of the column the statue of the Apostle Paul, the bronze statue, dating back to the 16th. Augustus brought to the square during the 17th century. So that's why I wanted to let you know. You will see maybe a lot of more of this Egyptian obelisk, and sometimes when you'll see the cross on the top means that that was added by one of the Pope, or sometimes you'll see the name or the emblem of the Pope. Now we're going to see the Pantheon. I'd like to let you know, I'm looking to the watch because the Pantheon is a Catholic church, and on Sunday or religious holiday they have services. Usually starting at 10 o'clock, so till 10 we have plenty of time to explain and go. Here to the left, but not yet. Restored cliff but never rebuilt. It's amazing if you consider, as I told you before, that it was built in the 2nd century by the Emperor Hadrian and was never rebuilt. It was transformed into a church. That's why you see the main altar, and you have the lower part, all the different statues and frescoes, representing, of course, the Christian religion, the Virgin Mary, Jesus Christ, the saints, added much time later. Later on, we had, in the 2nd century, when this was built, we had the statues of the dog. Up there, when you see the niches today, and even at the statues that they were destroyed, when I told you before that this religion. Today, inside the Pantheon, we have the tombs of the kings of Italy. The first king of Italy was Victor Emmanuel. He is buried there, behind the columns. Victor Emmanuel was the first king of Italy after the unification of Italy that we had in 1870, and he was the first king. Second king of Italy buried behind the columns of the came back to the first. Down below buried the Queen Margaret, Mother of Savoy. She was the first queen of Italy. Then the most important tomb you should go and see is when you see the statue of the Madonna with Jesus Christ. Just below, behind the glass, there is a white sarcophagus in marble where is buried Raphael. He was
I think it takes time his sister to buy it.
Vabbè, oggi vanno tutti direzione al verano, direzione come si chiama? No?
Cioè, quando ti aspetti oggi pure, no? Pensavo, chissà quanta gente c'avevamo, così erano chiusi, qua e di là, e ci sta.
È chiuso? Perché c'è il Papa oggi.
Guarda lì. Sembrati tutti
alla pronuncia del pizza.
Vogliamo fare da questa gente.
Con la